Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Maxi here once again, and I'm back for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong 64 for the Nintendo 64. So last time, we have essentially manage to able to get started with the forms of Frantic Factory, and managed to able to rescue the final Kong in terms of Donkey Kong 64, that's what appears to be Chunky Kong, and on top of that we did a lot of tasks here and there, including we did somehow play the good old classic Donkey Kong arcade game twice, due to the forms of the golden banana, as well as the forms of that Nintendo coin that we've actually obtained. So today for this video is the fact that we're about to be continuing exploring through Frantic Factory to able to not only try to able to get some more bananas, but also we can able to actually get even more golden bananas with any other Kong, because now we've actually access to every character in the game. So this also means we can pretty much guarantee that I highly doubt we probably won't be able to complete everything in terms of this world in this video, but definitely the next video for sure. So let's go and switch over to Tiny Kong for a brief worth noting for, just to ensure that we can able to actually double check on certain areas throughout, and especially noticeable because considering about the fact that, well, obviously the reason why we came in here because of, you know, more banana coins for Tiny Kong. So yeah, everything else will be pretty much accounted for at this rate of time. So yeah, a few things I want to explain while this is happening is the fact that, well, today's day is of course the 16th of January today, in this case in 2023 today, so naturally we are to the halfway point in terms of January already. And on top of all that stuff though is the fact that no matter what though, is the fact that we've only got about 4 more days to go until Fire Emblem Engage is going to be on its way to the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, pretty much excited for certain Fire Emblem fans out there. Well, not for me anyway though, personally, because I'm not really into the forms of Fire Emblem stuff as much as the next guy. But at the very least the game does look nice though, and on top of that I usually still waiting for the forms about the fact I'm still waiting for Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So either way though, everything else will be pretty much expected at that one point. So because originally I was expecting to able to wait for you know, SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake on the PlayStation 4 to be the first ever pre-order bonus, or the pre-order item purchase for this year, but unfortunately though, because although I should probably also mention about this as well, about the fact that the reason why I have to cancel out my pre-order item for SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake on Amazon most likely, is most likely because for some odd reason Amazon's got confused at points. So relatively speaking now, I'm also able to try to get on a different site. Like, maybe we can probably do it on Game Shop or something like that. That'll make it a better option, at least from my experience. So anyway, let's go and switch over to Diddy Kong for, you know, pretty obvious reasons for, you know, red bananas to obtain. And yeah, we're now able to actually experience the whole stack of those toy blocks as far as I'm aware. And also we meet up with Funky's store as well. But I highly doubt, I don't think we could probably able to get some more upgrades for the time being. Actually, it turns out about the fact that, remember I mentioned this before? About the fact that that'll be the last time we're going to be seeing Candy Kong for a while. Well, it turns out I was wrong, because as far as I'm aware, it does have its ammo count, so in some cases though, yeah, let's go ahead and meet up with Funky Kong to able to get, well, more. Well, first off, we got ourselves the actual weapon for, you know, Chunky Kong, so now he can able to actually learn the forms of the pineapple launcher, which is basically, it's kind of like a coconut launcher, except he fires pineapples. And from here we can able to get the ammo belt 1, meaning about the fact that we can actually now carry even more ammo. So that'll be recommendable, especially noticeable if you almost run out of those, you know, ammo fires for every Kong weapons. So yeah, everything else will be pretty much accounted for. So excuse me, I've got something in my throat there, I do apologize for that. So, and yeah, I do apologize with the forms of the commentary also suffers the forms of some awkwardness at this point in time, because, I mean, let's face it though, is the fact that we've already mentioned about quite a lot of things during the forms of in the last video, But anyways, let's get the blueprint for Donkey Kong, because as you can tell that the one of those enemies do actually contain green hair. This means that you only need to use Donkey Kong in order able to actually pass for this point. So, or just try to able to obtain the blueprint. So, yeah, pretty self-explanatory basically. So now let's go ahead and switch over back to Diddy Kong again. So we can surely that we can able to actually do some more stuff for him. In fact, speaking of those characters though, is the fact that what I've found out, there are a lot of fans about the forms of how the fact that, well, for those of you who play the game, I think everyone else seems able to enjoy Diddy Kong a lot more. Just because, well, he's a lot more energetic and all that other stuff. Even though it's hard to explain, really, because it's been, you know, a very long time since I actually known about this game. But either way, though, that's as far as saying goes, that I can totally see why a lot of people seem to able to really enjoy playing as Diddy Kong in this game. So in some cases, though, apparently most people seem to able to do not overly enjoy, can I? Thank you. Yeah, sometimes the item collusion thing sometimes feels a bit weird at times. But anyways, let's just go ahead and, do a lot of backflips, and as well as the forms of that little springity-doo until we're able to come across into ourselves the next bonus challenge, and that's what appears to be body forms of Peril Path Panic. So basically, all we have to do in this minigame is the fact that we do need able to protect the banana fairies in order able to just save one of them. So, in fact, this particular challenge does remind me of something related to Banjo-Kazooie when it comes to free CP. Whenever you try to able to protect those bubble lights from the actual, like, for the Christmas tree and stuff like that, while trying to able to do the forms of those munchers to stun them. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except, well, obviously you still need to worry about the timer, and on top of that, you need to able to actually just to protect not one, but 6 of those crab traps. So that would be insane if you ask me. But of course, as always, if you run out of those watermelons, then you can obviously click on that little center thing of the watermelon. That way you can get your ammo back. But relatively speaking, it's pretty self-explanatory until you realize about the fact that certain minigame challenges might throw you off at points. So, alright, so we actually got up to 30 golden bananas, so not too shabby for the most part. Still, we're also able to... Ow! That was a massive drop. But I digress. So, yeah, not much to say about this here, so it's just about the fact that I will, point things out right from the start, though, is the fact that I don't think we can probably able to mention something more details on news updates or anything else to be more specific. Because, well, obviously, there's not much else we can speak about. Although, I highly doubt about the fact that we will still able to actually get a chance to see the overview trailer for the likes of the forms of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe at some point, just to show us the forms of, well, they will still show us the forms of some more gameplay footage, as well as the forms of some new features that we've already pointed things out ever since during the forms of in the past few videos ago. And on top of that, some sub-games they've shown us, but they haven't exactly shown us what the amiibo functionality will bring out into. But I highly doubt that we will be able to actually stumble across into that, so... And also there's a banana fairy somewhere, so in some cases though, yeah, sometimes that the banana fairies might actually feel a bit very tricky to able to take a capture picture of, because most of the time though, they behave a little bit more differently depending on what world you go into. So in some cases though, I get the strong feeling that this one might be felt a bit picky at points, but hopefully I'll also get this on the first shot, even though sometimes my analog stick feels a bit unintuitive sometimes. But anyway, let's just go ahead and... Is that how it goes? Hooray! I've got it! Now, as far as the banana fairies they've actually obtained through each world, obviously they do manage to bring in 2 banana fairies each, so within each world, to be more specifically. So anyway, so let's move on to the next minigame task, which appears to be involves around those number tiles. But first off, let me go ahead and pop this banana balloon. So just to ensure that we will get 10 more bananas for Donkey Kong. If my aiming shot's a bit accurate, but at least we got it. So anyways, now let's go and get started with this. And basically, all we have to really do on this challenge right here is the fact that we need to go in these numbers in the actual correct order, ranging from 1 all the way up to 16. So if you know maths as much as I do, then basically you know exactly how this sounds. So, because I think for certain odd numbers, there are basically likely blue tiles, except for one number if I found out. That's what appears to be 13, because they started able to, like, I don't know, alternate or something? But either way though, let's just go ahead and, you know, keep on doing ground pounds with those specific number tiles, so... But, anyway, another thing I would like to explain is the fact that I'm just getting sick of trying to able to be playing Mario Kart Tour at this point right now. Although, because of the fact that, well, we're still in the middle of the forms of that particular space tour right now, and not to mention though is the fact that not only I suppose that both Mighty and Ray have already mentioned about this ever since in Mario Slam Basketball Let's Play or Mario Hoops 3-on-3, that basically though, the only thing that does disappoints me about the forms of the Wii version of Rainbow Road is that that track is a lot shorter than the forms of how it does in the original counterpart. And on top of that is the fact that they divide it into 2 sections, which I understand is the mobile game, which it might be seems expected, but it's just about the fact that for those of you who are the biggest fan of the Mario Kart Wii version of that Rainbow Road, basically though, they ruined the nostalgia when it comes to the tour version. Like, not only because about the fact that that track is a lot shorter, but it's divided into 2 sections, and because of that though, it's no longer going to be, fully laps, which, as a result, it does manage to disappoint a lot of people, myself included, because I do still really enjoy Rainbow Road in Mario Kart Wii, despite how chaotic it is, but as a result, it's just, I'm just really still hoping that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version of that particular track in Mario Kart Wii will do not able to feature the sections. Although sections in Mario Kart 7 version of Rainbow Road makes a bit sense to me, because obviously that track is a lot longer, and on top of that it's such a blast of race through, and it's just, well, you know what I'm saying. And on top of that, I still keep on getting screwed over by that stupid tier system. Like, as a result, if I was doing pretty well with all these points and all that stuff as far as obtaining them, and then next thing you know is the fact that I just keep on getting myself some stupid unlucky moments, or actually I'll get into more details about this in a second, because here we have Battery Barrel Bandit, which appears to be as a slot machine. So basically, all you have to do in this minigame challenge right here is that you get able to aim for the banana icons each time. So, yeah, self-explanatory, I suppose. Although, it might not be so bad after all, because, well, despite the fact that you have to do it like 3 times to able to actually hit that, you know, the banana icon. But either way though, it might not be too frustrating, even though, unlike something related to the slot machine in Mario Party 1, as well as the Bowser slots in Mario Party 2, that it does feel a bit likely luck-based at times, so... And there we go. Self-explanatory and easy, at least if you know the actual timing on the button presses and stuff like that, so... And sure enough, we'll get ourselves another golden banana for Lanky Kong. Which pretty much leads us to 32, so not too shabby. So, yeah, this place is going to be filled to the brim with a lot of those places you can able to go to. Like, for instance, about the fact that we did somehow experience, wow, quite a few corridors, or anything else to be more specific. Mind you, I haven't exactly looked upon the map as much. But either way, that might be saying something, so... Anyways, let's use Tiny Kong right here to able to once again turn into Mini Monkey transformation. To able to actually go for this little, pipe of any sorts. And, basically, in order able to get to there, I'm presuming that leads us to not only another Banana Budge, but also another, task. So, in some cases though, I think something tells me we do need to able to, well... not activate the weapon yet, but obviously we do need to grab pound the switch, as to be expected, and let's see if we can able to actually do a darting challenge. And basically all you have to do here is pretty simple, is you have to able to just aim at certain icons as what the game tells you need to aim for. So in some cases, we need to aim for about 6 icons. So for instance, we aim for an orange, and watermelon, banana, coconut crystal, or crystal coconut, and the banana metal, as well as a box or the crate of ammo. So, and from here, not only do you get yourselves a golden banana for Tiny Kong, but I think something tells me that the next banana fairy might actually appear somewhere, so... Because like I said before, that in every single world does manage to contain 2 banana fairies, so... Speaking of such, there's one right here, right near to Funky's store, so... Yeah, nice. And pretty easy at the same time as well, again, if you know the actual aiming accuracy, so... So anyways, let's go through here again. Again, this is all autopilot, so you don't need to necessarily try to able to take control of that particular section, so... Yeah, anywho. So, yeah, anyway, because the reason why I still really despised, the tier system for Mario Kart Tour, because I was expecting to able to actually get some good rewards, like, for instance, at the moment, during the forms of this particular week, that, well, despite the fact that we've almost done with the forms within, well, the first week, in terms of the forms of the space tour or something like that, but also is the fact that, well, I was expecting to able to actually get the high-end character, which involves, Toadette, as in the astronaut, outfit, and also say applies with the pink color variation of Pit Toad, or Toad Pit Crow. But for whatever reason, I keep on getting screwed over by the stupid tier system due to how luck-based it can be. And on top of that, depending on my score, for certain cups in Fury, I think it's all depending on the forms of the card combinations, which, as a result, while I do like the idea, but it's just the fact that it executed doesn't do very well, at least in my opinion. So because of that, yeah, I've almost about able to try to give up on Mario Kart Tour again because of the stupid tier system, so... Which also about the fact that it doesn't bring me that good rewards after doing so. Like, I think at this point in time, I'm actually on 5th or 6th, depending on the forms of certain positions right now. And it's pretty unfair for my liking, so... But at least on the upside, I still managed to get myself my Mario Satellaview outfit. So, just to ensure that I can able to actually add, you know, more characters into the unlockable roster and stuff like that. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and go through here and activate, you know, pad number 2 for the sake of trying to go back to certain segments. So... But, yeah, for the most part, though, I think that you probably already know that both Mighty and Ray have almost trying to finishing up with the forms of Mario Slam Basketball. Although, sure enough, the game itself is going to be so short, well, despite the forms of nerve-wracking difficulty with the computer AI, as well as the forms of certain stage hazards for certain levels. But aside from all that stuff though, I think them two are doing pretty nicely, all things considered. Especially that once we're done with the forms of Mario Slam Basketball, we're not exactly sure what the next Let's Play we're going to be doing. But anyway, we got another blueprint, thanks to the forms of Lanky Kong right here. And I think something tells me that we do need to activate something in order to able to actually go into the forms of that battle pad. So, hopefully we'll try to able to experience that. But first, let me just go ahead and activate the instrument on that particular... Actually, no way. I think I'm also able to double check for a second there. Because, I think something tells me about the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, is the fact that, well... Again, sometimes you might get confused and lost in these places sometimes, if you have a first time experiencing the game. And then basically though is the fact that that's how essentially about the fact that, well, usually you don't have a map function. So anyways, I think we should probably go in here to, no, we can't use the weapon, we need to use the instruments, so that way we can able to do another challenge. And something tells me we're about to be doing kind of like the identical thing, from the likes of in Banjo-Kazooie in Bubble Gulp Swamp, where basically, if we activate that switch, basically we need to do a Simon Says kind of challenge. And basically, if you pay attention to the forms of that particular belching noise, basically you have to copy exactly the same notes as the forms of as what's shown before you're able to get started with this. So, anywho though, so yeah, apart from the fact, no matter what though, speaking of the forms of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, that exponentially until when it gets to the point until by the end of this month, which is specifically the 31st of January, basically that game is going to be 15th anniversary after all, which I'm hoping we can able to celebrate that. Although I'm sure enough Sonic will able to celebrate that particular Super Smash Bros. Brawl's 15th anniversary once he's go back onto Ape Escape at some point. So yeah, everything else will be pretty much accounted for. So also I just realized there's actually a banana balloon around here. So I might as well try to sort this out in a second. So we'll just go ahead and take care of the faults of this particular mission challenge first. So, and fundamentally speaking, for the most part, I think, in terms of mission structure for certain Kongs for Golden Bananas, is that I'm pretty sure they do manage to contain 4 regular missions for each Kong, making a grand total of like, I don't know, 16 or something like that. Whilst the majority of the forms of the 5th Golden Banana is always obtainable if you do manage to obtain the blueprint. And that's basically how this goes when it comes to like, you know, obtaining Golden Bananas as far as I'm aware for each character, so... But again, most people complain about the forms of power factor with the switching characters mechanic, that it feels a lot of emphasis on backtracking when it comes to switching characters throughout the whole game. But honestly, it doesn't bother me too much though, but apart from the fact that if there are certain situations, if you're far away from the attack barrel, then you're not knowing of where to go, and on top of that, then you might able to actually have no idea where you're supposed to go next. So, it can be has a lot of emphasis on backtracking though, which it kind of reminds me of the forms of Banjo-Tooie for a little bit, and on top of that, with the Metroid Prime games as well, because those 3 Metroid Prime games also has a backtracking department if you're able to actually go back to the previous planets, to able to actually just to go ahead and fetch some more items along the way, like health energy tanks, as well as missile expansions and whatever, and even upgrades as well. But either way though, that might be saying something when it comes to backtracking aspects, so... And there's that little pull lever thing right here, which we'll point it out whenever we get to at some point. But first off, let me go ahead and go for this little tunnel thing right here as Mini Tiny Kong, because there's going to be another race. So in some cases though, I wonder what race challenge are we going to be dealing with. In some cases we are dealing with, is that the RC car from Toy Story? Well, it kind of looks like it, except the fact that, well, from the color scheme, it does look kind of similar to RC car from Toy Story, except, well, obviously this video game, of course. So basically, in this race challenge right here, is the fact that we need to go through, like, you know, 3 different lanes. And basically, all you have to do in this challenge is that not only do you have to win the race, but also much like in the previous race as we've done, ever since in that Beetle race 1, from the likes of the forms of Angry Aztec, you do need to once again collect those DK coins. And also, as you notice, that we actually got ourselves these yellow dots right on top of the forms of the winning letter, which I think that actually represents how much missiles you'll be using. So I think it's unlimited though, so in some cases though, I think it's probably best able to save it wisely, for able to actually use the missiles, because otherwise, if you run out of missiles, you can't get them back. So yeah, there goes another missile, or an orange. I can't really tell of what specific object that is, but either way though, let's just go ahead and oh, how dare you just speed past me. So yeah, if you hit the horn, that actually represents you run out of those ammos for your racetrack. Oh god! I somehow just got hit by that TNT barrel. But thankfully we can able to use those boost pads, and there we go. I actually do like this race challenge though, even though I somehow barely just somehow achieved that. So, but if you don't have enough DK coins, then you have to try again. So, just keep that in mind. And I think fundamentally until in the future time, that I believe we have to do that particular challenge like this again. But that won't be until for a very, very long time. Especially concerning about the fact that we still need able to like go for a lot of collectibles in the game, which, sure enough, it's still maddening at first glance, so... Anyways, let's get out of here, and now we can able to switch over to Donkey Kong now, because obviously, since that we've already got ourselves a Gorilla Grab ability for Donkey Kong, so that means we can now able to actually activate the liver, so... But, yeah, and I'm pretty sure we will be back for more of those, other sections like these until for later, because, well, we need to take care of the forms of some mandatory stuff, or anything else to be more specific, so... But anyway, so let's just go ahead and keep on doing some continuous long jumps from here until we're able to actually make the actual travel walking just feels a bit not so much of a tedium, so... Anyway, so let's grab some more banana coins, and now we can grab this little liver until we're able to decide to activate something. Like, for instance, we can now able to actually open up the cage, where now we can able to actually deal with the forms of, what else? The actual battle pads that we can probably deal with it right now until we're able to get ourselves our next glorious crown. So, yeah, everything else will be pretty much self-explanatory for the most part, apart from the fact that, well, sometimes that if you're not knowing of where in the world you're supposed to go, then obviously that good luck trying to able to find certain spots. Although, until if we get to the next world after this though, but that won't be for a while, because obviously since that we've already got every single Kongs in the game, this also means that after we're done with this world completely, then we can pretty much guarantee we can able to actually go ahead and revisit back onto not only Jungle Japes, but also Angry Aztec, because obviously we've now got every Kongs in the game, so this also means we can able to actually just to do, well, even more tasks eventually. So, and I think the next world after this though, alongside with those two revisited worlds, thanks to all the Kongs we've now actually unlocked, the next world after this might be a lot of people's worst world in the game, myself included, but either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves at this point right now, because we somehow once again succeed. So, yeah, let's obtain the golden battle crown, and, yep, well played indeed. So, nicely done. Although, I was expecting to able to try to utilize a different Kong to make things a little bit more interesting, but apparently I somehow switch over to, like, you know, just Donkey Kong in general, just to ensure about the fact that, oh yeah, of course I need Donkey Kong for this part, because obviously that, you know, he's a lot stronger than Donkey Kong if I recall, well, despite, well, I don't know about you, but anyway, let's just, pop the banana balloon right here, and we've only got 5 regular bananas left for Donkey Kong, and from here we can able to actually just no, I did not meant to activate that. I meant able to try to like get the weapon out, so because something tells me that yep, there's a coconut switch right here, so we'll activate that into danger high voltage. Something tells me about the fact that it might be something that's very useful around here. Alright, some more bananas here, and the banana medal, and of course the banana coin as well. So, yeah, looks like we've almost done with Donkey Kong for obtaining every single bananas in that world. So, anyways, let's pull out the liver, and then we can able to potentially try to activate the entire engine room or something, so... And it looks like it's gonna be checking on something. Into the auto productioning room, so... Oh gee, this place looks a lot more taller than I expected. I don't know if I can probably able to actually do this particular section for a while, because obviously about the fact that we still need able to deal with some more stuff first. But at the very least, we can now able to actually do some more stuff on that particular auto reproductioning room or something. So, now after we're done with that, we got ourselves, what else? Another golden banana. Nicely done. But, we're not necessarily done with that particular section just yet though, Because, well, as far as I just saw, that there's actually a Diddy Kong switch somewhere. So, speaking of Diddy Kong though, first off, let me go ahead and switch over to Chunky Kong, because obviously now we can able to actually just go ahead and, although let's go back for a few sections worth noting for, because, well, again, it's just about the fact that sometimes the actual, you know, traversing through... Oh, speaking of such, there's the banana balloon right here as Chunky. So we'll just hopefully try to pop it if I get my best accurate shots, even though despite I missed quite a few shots. But oh, nice. Nice direct hit for that particular, you know, that shot. And on top of that, we can able to obtain some more bananas for Chunky as well. So I think that's the reason why we did switch over to Chunky Kong on this section. Because technically speaking, we've already stumbled across that as Tiny Kong, except, well, we can't obviously obtain it for her. So you need to only obtain them with Chunky, so... But, yeah, everything else will be pretty much expected at that one point, so... And I'm very surprised that we've almost done with this world, basically. Even though, despite it might be felt a bit too lengthy at points. Especially because, you know, like I said before, backtracking can be a bit of a, kind of existence anyway. So, yeah, let's just, go through here, and, just trying to able to go hit back onto, yeah, sometimes certain, areas that might be fun and a little bit too dark for my liking. Oh, there's another banana balloon right here, so we'll, no, I did not mean to activate, analog sticks. They are so sensitive. I think that's what most people seem to able to think about trying to play on the original hardware will be the better option. Because obviously, if you accidentally manage to able to bring out the instrument or something. But anyways, but at the very least, we can able to actually activate pad number 3. So that means we can now able to actually go ahead and go back onto that specific point. And, yeah. And something tells me there's Snite's HQ right here, but yeah, let's just go ahead and switch over to Tiny Kong here, because I see there's actually a banana balloon for her. So we'll do this, and hopefully get the shots going. Nice. There's only 10 more bananas left for Tiny Kong, so... Anyways, let's go back in here, and hopefully we'll trying to do some more stuff here and there. So I will promise I will be back for more of that particular blueprint, golden bananas eventually, but I will be able to actually save that for later. So anyways, let's grab some more ammo just to ensure about the fact that I just don't able to waste, you know, too much ammo thanks to the forms of that particular accurate shots for not only for certain banana balloons but also just anything else to be more specific. So anyway, so now we've actually gone through those bananas that we've actually collected, and also we found the quick access to the forms of that particular, well, you know what I mean, with all that particular, Snite's HQ, so, just to make the actual backtracking not so much of an issue in this level, so... Actually, I should probably, save this particular section for later, because obviously I need to take care of the forms of other stuff first, so... But don't worry, I will be able to actually get to that point, so... Alright, so... I think this is where we're supposed to go. Especially because I see those, red banana coins from here. So we can, try to able to save those banana coins until for later, so... And drop down as we go, and ground pound this little, Diddy Kong switch. And we're able to reveal not only those vines we can able to jump from, but also a golden banana right there. Or technically a golden banana barrel, so we need to just, well, go from vine to vine, and, well, jump from here, and there we go. This will pretty much lead us to, probably is by far the hardest minigame challenge in the whole game. And it's also my least favorite minigame challenge. This what appears to be Beaver Bother. Oh my god, what do I think about this minigame? It's okay. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but the problem with this minigame is, to me though, is that the hitbox, especially noticeable the collision detection, well, obviously your main objective here is the fact that you need to be able to guide those beavers into the actual hole in the center. But here's the problem with this is though, is the fact that if you ever try to able to go behind the beaver while you're trying to scare them, sometimes those beavers doesn't seem to able to go into the hole at all. And as a result though, you have to do a bit of a clever thinking right there. And on top of that is the fact that it feels a lot luck-based. And guess what? Not only do you have to go for this once, but you have to go for this minigame 4 times. Like, you probably already know what I'm thinking about, until whenever we get to the later wells in the game, which, believe me, this particular minigame challenge honestly kinda sucks. So, yeah, as a result though, definitely it's my least favorite minigame challenge in the whole game. And also, if you fell into the hole, well, basically you also failed. So, yeah, I can totally see why a lot of people seem to get a lot of rage-inducing moments on that particular stupid minigame, so... But anyways, I don't think we've got enough time to able to finish the rest of this though, so I think we should probably end things off here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong 64. Is that we might, hopefully, we can able to finish up with the rest of the Fonts of Frantic Factory at this point. So I'll see you guys, enjoy it at some point, until Wednesday. Later, fellas.